Everybody watching, we're going to be going over the end of day for November 4th. Starting off with GU, daily swing is bullish, daily internal is bearish, 4 hour is bearish. We've came up to a extreme, we've reacted, we didn't really tap into it. Had an order flow shift to the downside, and areas that you could have looked at to trade from is here and here. So let's head down on the lower time frame. But just so you guys know, price broke, gave us an order flow shift to the downside, came back up, reacted to an extreme, and this one would have been BE, and this was a win. Both I did not take, unfortunately. I need to get on the ball. So price came in, last point of inducement, didn't really get too much of a reaction. Matt was the biggest fan of this because the pip on this, on your refinement, was very small. I mean, it was 1.2, so that's plenty, but, you know, it's not the greatest refinement in the world. Next one, price retraced all the way back up to the 15-minute extreme over here, and let's actually put that down. Price came in, had swept MID, had a reaction, tapped, and notice that we are refining it from the pullback back up. Momentum entry, price continued down 6.5 R. So let's head over to USD CAD. Daily swing is bullish. Daily internal leg is also bullish because it's the same. 4 hour swing, 4 hour leg is bearish. Looks like we had another break to the downside. Our session started right around here. Had an order flow shift to the upside. Price came in. Wasn't the biggest fan of it because of how old the POI was. So for me, this really would not have been a valid trade. But had you entered, you would have been break even. Price came into the very extreme, if you could count this as the extreme. Which again, I'm not the fan of the refinement at all either. That's why I didn't enter. I was watching this one live, but you would have ended out for break even. And then after that, price was a write-off from there. Next up, Euro USD. Daily leg is bearish. Daily swing is bearish. Let's mark this out. Daily 4 hours leg is bullish. We had an ISP to the upside. We have continued to break up, and then we could have looked at trades from right around this point forward. So as far as taking buys from these POIs, I'm not a fan, guys. All of this looks like liquidity. Maybe this one, but if you're gonna look at that one, why don't you look at this one? Why don't you look at this one? Why don't you look at this one? Reality is all of it gonna get run, so we're not even gonna waste our time looking there. Price had a order flow shift to the downside, and by this point we were done with our session, so no trades. And then lastly, AU, daily swing is bullish, daily internal is bearish. 4 hour is going to be bullish. Price broke to the upside, 15-minute. We did have one trade here. I was a fan of it. I understand these now pretty well. I'm pretty comfortable with them, but I unfortunately did not take it. So we had a break to the downside, not super convincing break, and the POI is relatively old. This one was created around 1 o'clock, and the trade happened around 10 hours. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but the fact that we broke to the downside, there's really not much stopping you to go down. And the way it played out, right, last point of inducement is over here. Price came in, had a small little reaction, tapped in, got the momentum candle here. You could have also entered this and looked at it as a 3C and entered right around here. The R wouldn't have been, you know, as nice. This would have been my preferred entry, but 7.29 R for the win. And then after that, nothing else, right? So that was the end of day for November 4th. Peace.